Hey guys, I'm Natalie. Welcome to today's workout. Today will be another low impact, high intensity workout. It will be all standing, actually one plank move for rounds 1 and 3, floor mat optional for that. And then we're going to go back to doing our standing cool down. Let's get started with our 2-minute warm up. Draw the knees up towards the midsection. Let's get our form first. Let's roll the arms up and back for 1, 2, 3. Shoulder rolls 1, 2, 3, keeping them back and down, guys. Let's set our form. Pull yourself up through the crown of the head and a nice strong core supporting a really long torso. Anytime we're pivoting forward today, keep that torso long and tall. Grab an imaginary ladder, and when you're ready, pull down on the rungs, drawing those knees up to the midsection and just pulling down. And make sure you're pulling down like you mean it. You're not just flopping your arms up here. We're warming up the upper and the lower body. So no weights. You've got to actually deliberately imagine you're pulling something down here. Let's do a few more for 3, 2, and 1. March a little bit wider, a little bit lower, and then let's pull that rope towards us. So picking those feet up, make sure your low knees aren't collapsing in, they're back and wide. And look at my torso again, not hunching over. Back is nice and long and tall. A few more here, guys. Keep pulling for 3, stay low, 2, and 1. Stay here. We're going to squat and drive up through the heels and making sure you're sending that booty back. I know I say it every week, but it's really important for the form. Look down, knees behind toes. So if your knees are coming forward, send that booty back like it's on a horizontal track and then drive up through the heels and squeeze for 2 and 1. Shuffle on the spot. I'll show you the first move. Lost my breath already. All right, guys, start in a small V. Weights, palms facing in, out to the corners of the room. Rear diagonal lunge, kick the booty, side lunge, kick the booty. My arms are coming down in a V and then going up. Here we go. Down, kick the booty, side. So it's a rear diagonal lunge to a side lunge. Trying to kick the booty in between. Doesn't matter if your heel's not touching. And then the weights just up to shoulder height. 2, 1. Other side. So you're coming down in a V with those arms. Kick the booty, side lunge. Kick the booty. Start rear diagonal. Let's do it. Down, kick, side. Moving at a nice brisk pace. Not coming too far down into the side lunge, just because we're moving quickly. 5 seconds. 2, 1. Nice one, guys. This time, palms facing in, arms up in front of you on a diagonal. Wide squat, knee up, narrow squat, knee up. Here we go. Wide, knee up to narrow. So the weights are on the inside and the outside. Inside and outside. And I'm just bringing the weights up to forehead height, up to eye height. 2, 1. On the other side. So they're not all the way up here. Wide, knee up to narrow. Knee up. To your left. Wide squat, knee up, narrow. Sitting back into the squat, controlling the weights. Don't let them flail around too much. Back is long and tall still. 5 seconds. 2, 1. Well done, guys. Wide stance. Weights at the shoulders. Squat and drop, and then just rotating to your right. Here we go. Drop it and rotate. So just your left leg or your left ball of foot is pivoting. Don't over rotate. Just rotate to the side, not behind. Look at me so you don't over rotate. Keeping the core engaged. Okay, well done. Squat and drop it. Stand, pass through center with a bicep curl. Don't over rotate here, just to the side. Let's go. Down and rotate. Keeping that core engaged. Just your right ball of foot. That doesn't make sense. Just your right foot on the ball rotating. This is a core move. Engage the abs. All right, guys, stay down here. Just your right leg. Don't collapse, tuck the hips under. Right leg up, bicep, overhead press, and back to plank. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Repeat, just with the right leg. Just keep it moving, guys. If you're not feeling this, then you can drop the other knee and then step back to plank. All right, hold plank. Now just your left leg. Making sure you're not collapsing. Tuck the hips under. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go. Left leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Full body workout right here. Working legs, arms, back, core. Let's go, guys. One more. Hold plank on this one. Well done, guys. Grab a drink. You are one down. Whew. One hand weight. Feet facing the corners of the room. Weight, one hand underneath, one hand on top. Knee and kick. Just bring the weight from chest to hip. A tight little move. Knee, kick, knee, kick. Keeping the back tall. No hunching over. This is also a core move. Let the core help control the weight. And make sure you're moving that body like you mean it. 2, 1. Feet facing the other way, hands underneath. What do I mean by moving like you mean it? Not this, all right? This. This is fun. Let's go. Knee, kick. Yeah, you got to move like you're having some fun here. Number one rule for workout. Well, number one rule, don't hurt yourself. Do what feels right. Number 2, have fun. 5 seconds. 2, 1. Well done, guys. Start in a V, just your right leg. Curtsy, hip to hip. Option to draw that knee across the body. Here we go. Curtsy. Weights going hip to hip. Option, pick that right leg up as you come out of curtsy. Stepping that right leg behind your left shoulder to get into that curtsy. 2, 1. Other side. So from here to here, sending the back and the booty down to the seam where the wall and the floor meet. Here we go. Down and up. So you're sending the booty back down on a diagonal and letting the torso follow. So shooting down on a diagonal, back and down. It's the best way I can describe the curtsy. Just your right leg, right arm. Start with the arm out in front. Tap back with the tricep. Tap forward, squeezing that arm up behind you. Here we go. Tap it back and forward. Option to knee up, back and forward. Controlling this weight with your core. If you lose your balance, like me, just tap. You're squeezing that arm up behind you. Palm facing in, keeping it close to the body. Other side. So let the torso pivot forward and straight. Forward and straight. That arm is coming straight up behind you. Here we go. Back and straight. It's coming up to chest height. Option to knee up. Put the other arm out for balance, or just tap if you're losing your balance, like me. So pivot forward and straight, forward and straight. Wide stance. Swivel down across the right knee, back to center, down and center. Here we go. Swivel and center. Like round 1, don't over rotate. Just across the knee and back. Look at me as you swivel down, if that helps prevent the over rotation. Both feet swiveling this time to the right. Other side. So just across the knee. Stop here, no further. And we're trying to get 2 right angles with these legs. Let's go to your left. Swivel and up. Let the core guide the weight. It's a subtle movement, but that's really where I want your focus. Like your abs are doing the work here. Controlling the weight. 2, 1. Grab a drink, guys. You're halfway done. And now you get a second chance to perfect the exercises. Arms up on that V, rear diagonal, side, kicking in between. Let's go to your right. Rear diagonal kick, side lunge kick, rear kick, side kick. Arms coming up and down in a V shape, just to shoulder height. Torso, you got it, long and tall. 2, 1. Other side. So I don't want you to be like this. Torso long and tall, always. Never like this. Going to your left. Rear diagonal kick, side kick. Moving at a nice, steady pace. Don't forget to breathe. A few more, guys. 5 seconds. 2, 1. Catch my breath. Okay, arms up, forehead height. Knee up, wide to narrow. Here we go. Wide, knee up, narrow. Knee up, weights on the inside and the outside. Sitting back into the squat. Feet are facing forward this time, rather than out to the corners. Different kind of squat. 2, 1. We're going to do the other side. I'm going to catch my breath. I feel like I'm working a lot harder than what my heart rate says. Here we go. Down, up, up. Sitting nice and deep into those squats. 10 seconds. Nice, slow, deep breaths. 3, 2, 1. Wide stance. Dumbbells at shoulders. Squat and pivot. Don't over rotate, just to the side. Here we go. Squat and pivot. So you're pushing up in an overhead press and hopefully feeling this in the core, especially on the left lower side of your abs. 2, 1. So as we rotate, I'm hoping that you're feeling it down here. If you don't, that's fine. Get ready. Squat and pivot. Look at me on the rotate. If you're worried you're going to over rotate, got to protect the lower back. A few more, guys. Last time today. 2, 1. Okay, come down. Just your right leg in plank. Don't let the back collapse, tuck and under. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go. Using your breath to guide you. Always a nice long, tall torso, especially as you come up into that overhead press. Really feeling this front leg, front glute work. All right, guys, other side. This time your left leg. Just gonna grab a second. Get ready, come into plank. Tuck the hips under. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Repeat. We are working this front supporting leg, the back, the core. I want you to focus on the core as you come up into that overhead press. 2, 1. Guys, grab a drink. 1 round to go. Happy days. Grab it underneath and on top. Just this small little move from chest to hip. Let's do it. 1, 2. Keeping the core engaged the whole time. Move that weight. Don't just let gravity bob it up and down. You move it. Get the core to help support that tall torso. So I don't want to see this. Last round. I feel tired too. Let's do it together. Underneath, on top. Here we go. Knee and kick. Let's make everyone count. If you need more rest, press the pause button. Take it. There is no shame in that. The rest is just as important as the high intensity intervals. Grab your breath. Have a longer break if you need it. All right, guys. Right leg. Curtsy, hip to hip. Send that booty back on a diagonal. Here we go. Hip to hip. Option to drive that knee up and across the body as it comes out of curtsy. If that's not for you, just tap it. Curtsy and tap. Pivot forward in the curtsy and then bring that back up straight. 2, 1. The core is really getting a workout today. I forgot what I was doing. Down and up. Left leg. Here we go. Down and up. Option to drive your left knee up across the body. Look down, make sure your right knee is not pressing out over your toes. If it is, step further back. 3 seconds. Right leg, right arm. Start out in front. Step back, torso nice and long. Arm up behind you, tucked in, and then up. Here we go. Back and up. Pivot forward. Let the core control that weight. Squeeze it up. Option, knee up. Bring the other arm out for balance if you like. If that's too much, in round 4, just tap. So I want you to squeeze that arm. My arm's really close to my body. Squeeze it up behind you. Let's do it. Back and up. Let the core guide you. Back and up. Option, knee up. Only if you've got the balance. Squeeze it up and squeeze. Control that weight. 5 seconds. I'll tap. 2, 1. Well done, guys. Wide stance. Last move of the day. Swivel to center. Yeah, I'm feeling it. Here we go. Down and center. Let the core control the weight. Arms are straight. Don't over rotate. Look at me on the rotation if that helps. 2 right angles. Right angles, up. Right and up. 1 more. So as you pivot, I'm going for 2 right angles. Knee shouldn't be out here. Pull the body weight out. Knee over ankle. Let's do it. Down and up. Down and up. Just across the knee, back to center. The abs, the core is controlling this weight. Let's go, guys. We are 5 seconds from the cool down. 2, 1, and done, guys. Grab a drink if you need it. Step your right leg forward, left leg behind you. Feet are facing the front. I want you to bring the arms up overhead. Now sink back. Sink that back leg down so you're opening up this hip, looking up between the hands. Don't hunch the shoulders, keep them back and down, loose and relax. Press that back heel back a little bit more. Open it up. Now pivot that back foot so it's horizontal, arms out. In a vertical position, warrior, stretching those feet apart from each other. Bring the back arm across the body, grab it with this front arm and squeeze back against it to open up this back shoulder. Arm comes up overhead, pushing down on the elbow. Stretching down the back. Bring the hand on the front leg or the elbow, reaching up and over the body, looking up under this back arm as you get a really beautiful stretch through your body. Nice, long, slow, deep breaths. Come back up to center, switch feet. Other foot comes forward. Feet are facing to the front. Step back, reach the arms up and really sink back down into this deep runner's lunge. pressing that back heel back, opening up that hip, looking up between the hands, not hunching the shoulders. They're loose and relaxed. Really feeling that awesome stretch in your right hip. Now pivot that back foot so it's horizontal. Arms come vertical, reaching out away from each other. Head comes up. Back arm comes across the body. Catch it with the front arm and really push out against this front bent arm to open up that shoulder. Reach the back arm up and down the center of the back. Push down on the elbow with the other hand. Tricep stretch. Put either your hand or your elbow on this front leg and then looking up to the ceiling and reaching that back arm up and over your head, up at your elbow. Come back to center. Step the feet together, nice and wide. Grab the hands, reaching over one side of the body. Back to center, over the other side of the body. I want you to grab your hands, pull them back, open up this chest, and the other side, open up the chest. Let's do our quads. Grab onto something if you need to. Really focus on pressing out through the hip and through the quad. So rather than just picking the foot up and holding it, really press through the front of your body, pressing through that leg. Doesn't matter if your foot doesn't reach your bottom, you're still pressing through. Other side, and you don't want your knee out here. Really pressing your foot back against your hand and pressing your hip and your quad forward. All right, guys, 3 big arm circles. 1, 2, 3. Round of applause. Well done. I don't know. I feel like I always get my butt kicked. That might have been slightly easier than last week. I might have to step it up a notch next week. Let me know in the comments what you think. I always love your suggestions and your feedback. It certainly keeps me motivated to keep going, to know that you guys are enjoying these workouts. And if you're not, please tell me and I'll adjust accordingly. Hope to see you next time.